California has some of the most employee protective labor laws in the country, and meal and rest break compliance is one area where small and medium-sized businesses often face risk. If you're a business owner, office manager, or HR administrator, understanding these requirements is essential to staying compliant and avoiding costly penalties. Let's walk through what California law requires, who it applies to, and how employers can manage break compliance effectively. California meal and rest break laws primarily apply to non-exempt employees, typically hourly workers eligible for overtime. When required breaks are missed, late, or interrupted, employers may owe premium pay, usually 1 additional hour of pay per violation per day. Beyond legal exposure, proper breaks reduce fatigue, support productivity, and reinforce a compliant workplace culture. Under California law, employees who work more than 5 hours in a workday must receive a 30-minute unpaid meal break. This meal period must begin before the end of the 5th hour of work and must be completely duty-free, meaning the employee is fully relieved of all work responsibilities. If an employee works more than 10 hours in a day, a second 30-minute meal break is required. There are limited waiver options. The first meal break may be waived if the shift is 6 hours or less and both the employer and employee agree. The second meal break may be waived if the shift is no more than 12 hours and the first meal break was not waived. It's important to note that waivers should be voluntary, clearly documented, and used carefully. In rare situations where the nature of the work prevents an employee from being relieved of duty, an on-duty meal period may be permitted, but it must be paid and agreed to in writing. Rest breaks follow a different set of rules. Employers must authorize and permit a paid 10-minute rest break for every 4 hours worked, or major fraction thereof. In practice, this means 1 rest break for shifts between 3.5 to 6 hours, 2 rest breaks for an 8-hour shift, 3 rest breaks for shifts over 10 hours. Rest breaks should be provided as close as practicable to the middle of each work period and must be counted as hours worked. Unlike meal breaks, rest breaks cannot be waived. At this point in the video, a chart can be displayed summarizing break requirements by shift length, showing when meal breaks and rest breaks are required based on hours worked. This type of visual is especially helpful for scheduling and manager training. California enforces these rules strictly. If an employer fails to provide a compliant meal or rest break, the employee is generally entitled to 1 additional hour of pay at their regular rate for each violation. That means up to 2 hours of premium pay per employee per day, and claims can go back up to 3 years. These penalties add up quickly, especially in class or representative actions. To reduce risk and maintain compliance, first, build breaks directly into work schedules rather than leaving them informal. Second, maintain clear written policies in your employee handbook explaining meal and rest break rights. Third, use timekeeping or scheduling tools that track meal periods and flag missed breaks. Fourth, train supervisors and managers. Many violations occur unintentionally at the frontline level. Finally, avoid discouraging breaks. Employers are not required to force employees to take breaks, but they must clearly allow and authorize them. California meal and rest break compliance is a critical part of wage and hour management. By understanding the rules, documenting your practices, and training your team, you can protect both your employees and your business. For more guidance on California HR compliance and best practices, visit kphr.com.